Welcome to the annual Fire Prevention Week activities. This is a great time of the year for the fire department. This is a chance to meet you, the community, and certainly all the kids that come out. One of the things that can certainly be said is that firefighters are nothing more than big kids sometimes. You might want to be interested to know that the fire department last year responded to a little over 1,500 incidents. And most of those are EMS calls, emergency medical services, where the firefighter paramedics are delivering services to you, the community. Certainly firefighter paramedics do an awful lot in terms of using the heart monitor, providing IV drugs, and any other treatment that's necessary to ensure that people have good positive outcomes after reaching a medical facility. Your fire department is staffed every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by 3 firefighters, a shift officer, and also 2 firefighter paramedics. And they're supported, certainly through your contribution, through your tax dollars. And every time our ambulance responds now, that we do bring people back so that we maintain minimum staffing of 3 here at the station, which is very important, being a small community and having those people readily available to respond for any subsequent calls. This afternoon's presentation will be a live demonstration. We're going to have our Engine 2, which is our first out engine to all calls, coming in with our staff. And their goal, hopefully, is to put out the fire that's going to take place in this shed. Engine 2 is set up to really do just about anything that we need it to do. It has rescue equipment on it. We have to use the jaws of life. We have that on board. It has plenty of hose that we can establish our own water supply. It has the self-contained breathing apparatus for the firefighters to enter hazardous areas. Ground ladders if we have to get to a second floor window. So it's certainly well supplied for what we do. Perhaps you'd be interested to know that the fire department, most of our fire work, our fire suppression activity, is conducted outside of Norfolk. Last year we responded outside of Norfolk to almost 40 multiple alarm fires through mutual aid. And the mutual aid that we use, and when we go out of town, certainly gets reciprocated coming back to Norfolk, particularly when we have emergency medical calls.
Hey, Tristan.
Even though this is just a small shed that we're demonstrating here today, you get the idea of how quickly a fire can spread and why it's very, very important that should you have an emergency in your home, to evacuate promptly, call 911, and meet at a designated location so that when police and firefighters arrive, that you can let them know that everyone is safely evacuated the dwelling. That's very important for us to know in the event that we do have to go into a burning building to assist people out. Perhaps some of you can already hear the smoke detector inside this dwelling as this sounded. It's very important today that when you go home, to check your smoke detectors, check your carbon monoxide detectors. Because one of the things you want to remember is that carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas, and without a carbon monoxide detector, you would not know if you have that type of hazard in your home. We have people that help you, sir. You want them? Yep. Arrived, and firefighter Kate Howard. Kate is new to the department. She's presently just finishing her paramedic training, and she's being assisted by Seth Hamilton, one of our firefighter paramedics, along with Charlotte Joe Vanilla, another one of our firefighter paramedics. Carries 1,000 gallons of water, which is sufficient for the fire department to operate for almost 10 minutes independently before the second engine arrives or a mutual aid assistance. It's very important for the firefighters to don their protective clothing, particularly the self-contained breathing apparatus, so that they're not exposed to toxic gases involved in a fire. Come on, get sports out. Stand to the left side, kid. Stand this side. One of the first things firefighters will do when they arrive at the fire is break out the windows so that they can let the smoke and the heat escape. This is very important for the firefighters with the hose line to advance quickly. The temperature inside this shed is probably approaching 1,000 degrees at this point. call that heat into speed. You'll notice the firefighters stay very low to the ground. The reason they're doing that is so you get the best visibility moving in. Because the smoke is all the time. Had this been an actual emergency, because of where we're located, Brendan would have sent the fire engine to assist us as well on the first alarm. And then our off-duty career staff and our small firefighters would have come to the station to respond with ladder 1 and engine 1. Firefighters' work is not done, but they try to move in. They still have fire inside this building.
Chief?
Oh, I'm sorry.
When the fire department responds for a building fire, one of the things that we need to do is we need to bring in at least 12 people to take care of all the tasks that are necessary to put a fire out. You need 4 people for the 2 hose lines. You need a chief officer for an incident commander. You need people to open up the windows of the roof and also operate the engine. Firefighters overhaul this area, that is extinguish any of the last fires. What we're going to do is move the fence forward a little bit so you get a better view.